Hey guys, welcome back to Mosquito Bite Mikes. Mike here with you. Today we're going to hike the Fagradalsfjall volcano here in Iceland.
The mountain erupting is called Fagradalsfjall.
Okay, so it was pretty close anyway. We'll just call it the volcano. So this volcano's been dormant for over 800 years, but it erupted in 2021 for 6 months, and then again in 2022 for 3 more weeks back in August. And so it just created these beautiful volcanic landscapes, and it's just amazing. The lava's so new. There's still gases and steam coming off of it. It's just an amazing place. So quickly, before we get on our hike and look at some pretty pictures, let's talk about some logistics. So first off, where is this volcano? So you can see here by the map that it's in the southwest area of Iceland. It's really actually an easy drive. The roads are really good. They're asphalt. It's not hard to find. It's about an hour from the international airport. It's also about an hour from Reykjavik, so you can get an idea of what that looks like depending on where you're at. So some of the questions that you might need to know is, people ask, do you need a guide? You know, I'm a fan of guides. I think they add a lot of value when you're traveling and you get a lot of local knowledge, and it's really pretty awesome. But this is one of those times where I don't really think you need a guide to this. I didn't have a guide. I didn't take a tour. I had a car, so I just drove up to the volcano and paid my parking fee, and I didn't miss having a guide. It just I read up a little bit about the volcano. The trail is very well marked. It's pretty easy, really. So you might want to skip on the guide this time. Another thing is cost and parking. So to access the volcano, you don't have to pay, which is pretty awesome. You do have to pay a parking fee. It's nominal. It's like 1,000 Icelandic krones, which is, I don't know, $7.50 to $8 US. Also note that is for a 24-hour period, because here in Iceland a lot of people camp. You can camp here. You can spend the night. If you've rented a travel camper and you're exploring Iceland like that, this is a great place to go visit, and then you can just stay in the parking lot there and continue your journey. So that works out pretty good. One note about that: you can't come up and pay cash or anything like that. You have to do it online. You can either use a QR code when you get to the parking lot, or there's a site. Actually, it's a site, but it's an app. It's called park.is, and you can go download the app, and it's a really neat parking app, and you can use it to pay for parking literally and reserve campsites and all sorts of good stuff anywhere in Iceland. So that's an app that I highly recommend you download before you go. So let's talk about the hike. So when you get there and you park, there's actually several areas you can park at. It depends on which path you're going to take, and you can figure that out by the map. But when you get there and you get parked, you'll have about 1 kilometer to get to the trailhead, and then another 6 kilometers to get to the new eruption site, and that's along Path A. So you're looking at a 7-kilometer hike each way, and then there's a elevation change of 300 meters, so just under 1,000 feet. So it is a pretty good little hike, and it will take you anywhere from 2 to 3 hours, depending on your conditioning and depending on how much you want to stop and view the amazing landscape, which I certainly highly recommend. It's labeled as a moderate hike. Beware, there's loose gravel everywhere, so if you have trick ankles or knees, you need to be careful. There's only a couple of sections that are actually pretty steep hiking, but they're also gravelly, so you got to be really careful on those, especially coming down. I would certainly advise you to wear hiking boots or appropriate footwear. So if you're one of those people who doesn't like to hike, or you don't think the hiking is for you, you do have some options.
I guess if you have enough money, then you don't do this hike. You actually rent a helicopter. Probably be pretty cool.
Okay, so just a quick mention about weather. Weather in Iceland is always unpredictable. You never know what you're going to get or how the day's going to start and how it's going to turn out. So always be prepared. So having said that, okay, so this is the single best tool that you'll find to plan your trip to the volcano. It's volcanoweather.is. You go to the website and it gives you the next few days of weather. It lets you select a time that you're going to be there. It talks about the equipment, and you can look and see that, for that particular day, Tuesday, March 21st, there were going to be good conditions between 13 and 1500 hours, but the winds are going to be light. So red means caution with gas pollution. At Site A, it's going to be rather cold, windy, dry. And so if you go down, it talks about the current eruption, Facebook groups, frequently asked questions. It's really, really got a lot of good information. Okay, here I am at the volcano. So we're gonna hike up this bad boy. So I kind of up, of course. I stopped in the wrong parking lot, thinking this was the right parking lot, because I was gonna do the little bit easier, higher ground hike. But instead, I'm on the long trek all the way up to the new eruption site. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, so far this has been pretty easy, so let's go up this hill. Okay, made it to the new site. There it is right behind me. Time to get the drone in the air, see what we really have.